first podcast we're doing this year, mate.
True. Let me set a little timer.
All right. Welcome back, people of low heat. Me and Skinner are back here in the lovely year of our Lord 2018.
That's right. Lord and Saviour.
Oh.
Yeah, how's that?
What a fitting shirt.
That was a coincidence.
Yeah. Maybe it's just subconscious. I saw that shirt and now I'm all holy. So cheers.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. It's to the new year.
To the new year. To a new us.
And to plenty of good podcasts.
Maybe.
Plenty of podcasts.
Yeah. We won't. we can't give a quality assurance just yet.
No, not yet.
How you been, Ben?
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
I think I've asked that every single podcast so far.
That's good. Checking in with me. I like it.
I got to make sure you're all right.
How have you been?
Not too bad.
Not too bad?
Sort of hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, don't do much.
Yeah, who does these days? No one, hey?
People who work hard, I guess.
Yeah, doctors.
Lawyers.
Nurses.
Oh.
Orthotex.
Yeah, they do work pretty hard.
Do they? Yeah.
No.
You're an orderly, right?
Yeah, I'm an orderly.
Do you work hard?
Not at all.
Yeah.
A lot of skiving and bludging.
Well, check out this tasty treat.
Damn. That is one tasty treat.
I think we're on the brink of a sponsorship. Chobani.
Have they contacted you?
Chobani yogurt got given this for free.
Fuck off.
Yeah, so the potty got given a Chobani yogurt for free.
Should we share it?
I think we should, but to be fair, they were giving it to free to everybody at the beach, but also to the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
So featuring Chobani yogurt, I think we're on the brink of a sponsorship.
Absolutely.
Should I crack it open, give it a bit of a review?
Crack that treat. Is that the one that's got the chia seeds and shit in it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like a sort of like gloopy, gunky sort of stuff. Not to slander Chobani out.
No, that's delicious. That texture, goopy, glunky,
gloopy, glumpy.
All right, let's crack it in.
Like a whole bunch of boogers.
Crack it in.
Wait, so it's just yogurt?
Delicious.
Do you want
Banana chia.
Do you want to feed me?
I can feed you, Mungo. How's that? There's no chia seeds, but it is banana chia.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Imagine if we just become a food review podcast.
Well, I think we can get this. We can hook this up.
Hot damn, that was pretty good. It kind of tastes like a strawberry, like strawberry milk.
Yeah.
But more sour.
But it's banana.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, banana milk. Sorry. That's what I thought you were
going to be like strawberry milk. It's kind of like that, but banana. Loretta, hi Ben, I'm here now. So that's our guest.
Yeah. Friend's mum, hot mum.
Friend's mum, yeah. So we asked for hot mums on the first app.
And we've
received one.
We got delivered one.
So we're going to roll with it. I take a small issue with this. My issue that I take with this hot mum that's been sent our way is that her son offered her up.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird. It kind of screams like an unrepressed Oedipus complex to me.
Yeah.
So that's maybe worth noting.
He was like, hot mum, yeah, I have one of them.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, send us your hot mums. And like,
he was like, hand up.
Yeah. My mum's hot.
My mum's hot.
So that's a bit strange.
Yeah. I mean, having a hot mum's got to fuck you up in some sort of way, you know what I mean?
But maybe in his defense, he's come to realize that through his life from people being like, your mum's
teasing him. Yeah.
dirty or whatever. And so he's like, I don't think she's hot, but like objectively she is, sort of thing.
Like I don't think about having sex with her.
At the front of my consciousness, but definitely in my id.
Jeez, all these psychology terms just pouring out of you, Skinner.
Mate, everyone should know Freud. If you don't know Freud, pause this, do a quick Google, Wikipedia search, and read about Freud and his Oedipus theories.
Yeah.
And then hit play and resume this hilarious.
What do you want to give like a layman's Oedipus complex?
Hey?
Do you want to give like a layman's sort of Oedipus complex and tell the viewers about Freud? You want to be this...
Do you think it's necessary? All right, for all the layman's out there, Oedipus complex is the desire to have sex with your mum and kill your dad.
Father, yeah.
And then there's a female version, which I forget the name of right now, but that's the most famous one. And you repress that as a child. That's the natural process. And then as a result, you might get some sexual
Fucks you up a little bit.
aggravations later in life.
Yeah.
But it seems like Dom's is unrepressed.
Yeah, it's out
Because
in the
he's just
open.
like, yeah, my mum, have her. So
I know a couple other guys like that.
that are like, my mum's hot.
Oh, we had a conversation in the back of a taxi. He was like, I love watching MILF porn. Like,
Yeah, but that's
like
different, right?
I don't know. Does it not stem from the same thing?
Could be. I mean, you could analyze it as such, definitely. Freud would say so. But like,
Fucking Freud.
you can't really prove any of his theories.
Yeah.
They're like unevidential theories.
Yeah.
Unfalsifiable. This is like
We got deep, man. We got psychology.
sciencey. This is
Yeah.
like not comedy. It's like science all of a sudden.
So yeah.
So that's on the cards for today.
Yeah.
Winter Olympics started last night.
Yes.
That was cool. That was a good show.
You watched it all?
I watched it from like France walking in.
Oh, okay. So you didn't see like the start, like the all
No.
the beautiful dancing and stuff like that. They
No,
had-
but I saw that like after the teams had walked the track, and then there was all that other stuff, the fireworks and more dancing, and then the passing of the flame, the lighting of the cauldron.
Do you see Russia weren't allowed to compete as a country?
I know they went neutral, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad was like, yeah.
Because you seen Icarus?
What's that?
It's this movie about, and it like exposes like the state-sponsored drug doping in Russia
Oh. It's state sponsored.
by like Putin and like the sports minister. His name is like Mutko or something like that. And they sponsored and
Russia is like the Essendon of our AFL. And Putin's like James Hurd.
yeah,
Yeah.
or Stephen Dank.
Yeah. Or Ben Cousins.
Ben Cousins never played for Essendon.
No, but of the AFL.
Ben Cousins
Of
only
the
did
AFL.
illicit drugs. I think that's where the thing lies. Like,
It wasn't performance enhancing.
yeah, like
You're
like-
right.
Like
Bad call.
binging on meth is like not gonna
Sorry,
make
Ben.
you.
He's out of prison now. Well done, mate.
He's
Stay
working
strong.
back at the Eagles, man.
That's right. He got
Yeah.
what's it called? He got something a bone. What's that saying?
Throw a dog a bone.
Yeah, he got thrown a bone. Poor doggy. Back in the real world. It's
Yeah.
a dog eat dog world out there.
Shit.
So wherever a bone's thrown,
Bone.
jump
Take a
up,
bone.
catch that in your mouth, and go bury that somewhere deep
For later.
for laters.
Save that for later.
Oh, you know what's cool about the Winter Olympics?
Snow.
Opening ceremony. Snow's cool.
Cold.
Big fan of Scotty James. Rooting for him.
Who the fuck's Scott James?
You don't know who Scott James is?
No.
He's like our number one dude on the team. He's like snowboarder, half pipe snowboarder.
Oh, yeah?
He's like reigning world champion.
Do you know him personally?
No, but I've been following him on Instagram, and he's like quite funny.
Yeah.
He has an American girlfriend, and they do some funny stuff together. I should keep that on silent, shouldn't I?
No,
Yeah,
no,
but last night, did you see the drone go into Olympic ring formation? That was incredible.
What do you mean?
There was 1,200 drones in the sky lit up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they all came together and made the Olympic rings in the sky.
That's pretty cool.
And before that, they made a snowboarder, a human, in the
That's
sky.
rad. So drones are not only like spying on people, like getting changed and shit. They can also be
They're
programmed to
making
do
art.
cool art.
Yeah. But Korea is like, worlds ahead of most other
man.
countries in
Yeah.
technology
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. Innovation.
The smart dudes.
Very smart. You know what I did after watching the Winter Olympics?
Bought a drone?
No. I had like some nostalgia for Maple Story.
A maple, a satori.
Maple Story. And I went went on the website and stuff. I was like, maybe I'll download it again.
Oh no, you're playing Maple Story again.
No, I didn't download it. I just kind of... Well, I realized that you needed Windows.
Oh,
to
okay.
play
So
it.
this is
That's
why you're putting Windows on your Mac.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do it though.
Just to get Maple Story.
Yeah, I was kind of like had that nostalgia watching Yongchong. What's that place?
Pyeongchang.
Pyeongchang.
Yeah.
Pyeongchang. Opening ceremony. I was like, Maple Story is Korean, isn't it? And then I had all this nostalgia rushing
Yeah.
me. This is like a really shitty animated Korean game I used to play in primary school.
I played RuneScape a couple years back. Like I downloaded
Really?
RuneScape again.
It's
got
one of
into it.
those things that you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it, and then you go and you do it for like a day or two, and then you're just like, No.
Just so ashamed of yourself.
Nostalgia is like really quick, you know? It's
fleeting.
fleeting, yeah.
Comes and goes.
Ephemery.
Yeah. Whoa.
Is that the right word?
I don't know. Well, I don't know that word.
Ephemery. Anyway,
Anywho.
how long have we been into this opening section? Our opening ceremony of Loretta's podcast.
With
10
less,
minutes.
With less dancing, though.
We go for a couple more minutes and
Absolutely.
then call her up. She is here. We're going to offer her some beautiful fifth leg.
That got left here, so that's been in your cupboard for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, wine doesn't go off. Or does it after it's opened?
I don't know. Surely not. I mean, it doesn't taste that bad.
Maltesers go off, as you found out.
Found out that the hard
A
way.
few minutes ago.
I ate a Malteser that I found out after I ate it that had been under Ben's bed.
I was doing like just a little quick clean and I pulled out this box of Maltesers under my bed. That's probably been there for a month or two.
He set a trap for a hungry boy who loves a tasty treat.
There's only like 3 rolling around in there.
And like a dumb bear, I put my hand straight into it, picked out these. It was like within 5 seconds of me getting to your house.
And you were like, man, that Malteser it tastes pretty fucking gross. And I'm like, yep.
One of them had a texture of a sultana. It was like soft and spongy.
That's so bad.
I mean, I seafood and I eat it. You know what I mean? I'm dumb like that.
You're on a seafood diet?
Hey. Well, I don't think I'd like had I not been born when I was born, I don't think I would have survived for very long. Like I'd have been like, oh, red berry, like.
Yeah, we're in a much more like knowledgeable.
Where dingbats like me can actually survive because they've got someone around who ate that stuff before and died, and they could be like, hey, don't eat that.
Man, you would have had to been born a long, long time ago for that to be an issue. Like in the, I don't know. Caveman.
Still, I don't think I would have lasted very long.
Neolithic era.
My goodness,
Boy,
Skinner.
where's this coming from?
Ephemery? Neolithic?
Did I read a book or something?
Yeah.
Far out.
You're on those limitless drugs.
Limitless drugs?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that, Ross?
You know that movie Limitless where he takes that drug and makes him hell smart?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh. Well, that's the end of that conversation then.
And the end of this section, I reckon.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's bring her in. Anything else to note while we're here? Well, this is our first proper podcast in like 3 or 4 months, right?
Yeah.
Because the first ones were like in 2017.
2017. We did them like almost back to back.
Yeah.
We really did almost do them back to back to back.
Which was cool.
So we're dusting the cobwebs off.
Yep.
Having a few wines.
Having a couple of wines.
Don't mind a red tin or a glass of wine.
It's either one or the other.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
No.
Glass of fifth leg or a red tin.
Or a dirt bird, mate.
Or a neutral tin.
What do you mean?
The Red Army.
Oh, okay. You're making another Russia joke.
Yeah. That was a stretch, that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Anyway, let's bring her in.
Yeah. Next time you see us, we'll be
we'll be with Loretta.
Loretta.
Our friend's hot mum. Hot mum episode.
Welcome to the Low Heat Podcast.
Yes.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us,
you.
Loretta.
No
Thank
worries.
you so much.
Happy to have you here.
Great. That's good. Thank you. My pleasure, I think.
Feel free.
I'm a bit apprehensive because the subject is quite
The subject is just you, Loretta.
risque. Is it? Okay.
So
I
you've
thought
clearly
that
been
wasn't quite
informed
it.
about the premise of the podcast.
I have an inkling of it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Basically an extension of a joke we made on the first podcast.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We said,
I didn't know that. Yeah.
We're going to have a variety of guests on the show.
Guests.
From all walks of life. And then I think Ross said you should send us hot mums.
Hot mums.
Oh, right.
And I said, yeah, that'd be a good idea, like hot mums. And then suddenly your son sent you our way, which I took a little bit of issue with.
Yeah,
because he's being very presumptuous, isn't he? Because,
it's like Dominic, settle down.
What would he know?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Because I related it back to Freud.
Oh, is that so? Oh, it's probably because I've had a bad influence on my kids, I swear to God.
What do you mean?
Oh, no. Because but it's been 10 years now, I think, that the kids have lived with their dad half
Yeah.
the time and with their mum the other half of the time.
Single for 10 years.
Yeah, so I have what I call mummy time.
So you
what
get
I
absolutely
call-
blasted and head out, eh?
No, I'm a very good mummy. I'm sort of very Italian that way. I'm
Yeah.
quite. I enjoy being a mum, and I try to sort of, nurture my kids as much as I can. But that's mummy time, and
Yeah.
then the other half of the week, or the other half of my time, is called playtime.
Loretta time.
Yeah, I call it playtime.
Playtime.
Yeah, it's pretty much playtime or mummy time.
And what is-
you've got playtime, play weekends, and you have mummy
Mummy
weekends. So play weekends are a little bit different, see? And that's how I
Run
get
us-
my balance.
Run
That's
us
how I
through
get balance.
a usual play weekend.
Yeah.
Run us through
Set
it.
the scene.
I don't know this. I don't really do this so much anymore because this is like we're talking about from Dominic when he was a bit younger
Sure.
too. So that's probably where it's coming from, his
Yeah.
experience. Just go out when you're newly
Divorced.
and separated and stuff like that. You find that you have a new lease of life, and you're going out and you go out with your girlfriends, and
Yeah.
you go out to. I quite like doing festival stuff or
cool.
exhibition stuff because I've got an visual arts background,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I love all that sort of thing, and dance stuff as well, and then so anything, I find that a good way of, and that's something that is quite fruitful for me.
Yeah.
And I must admit, recently I haven't really been to nightclubs and stuff like that, but a few years ago I used to do that. And
Amazing.
that was also quite productive and fruitful for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that choice
That
of
works
word.
really well for me.
Productive and fruitful.
Look, I've got to say that it's like there was a time a few years ago when I first was separated where it was surprising for me. But then now I think...
The attention that you received.
Yeah, but now I just actually think that some people have it on their bucket list to have, a younger man maybe have,
Because,
tick the older woman off on their bucket list.
Dom
So it's
did let-
becoming easier, to be
Right.
honest. It was easier.
Because Dom
But
did
yes.
let slip that you're a bit of a cougar.
Yeah, I did.
Couple of years ago.
It just happened like that.
Just happened like that.
Oh, yeah.
So you think
That's right.
it's one of those bucket list things?
When
Do you not have it on your bucket list, Skinner?
I don't.
I do.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
see?
maybe.
You see, I'm right. It's true.
As
It's
I've
true.
gotten older, it never used to be.
Yeah, that's it. And of course, this is for me. It was 2000. It was 2002. I separated
Yeah.
from my ex 2002, so that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
16
okay.
years ago.
Dom was a little boy,
Yeah.
and so then
Impressionable.
it was not so common, and it was more unique. But recently, it's become more
Okay.
something out
Just
there.
run of the
So,
mill
are
sort
you-
of thing.
do you-
Yeah, well
do you hide
now
it
I think
quite
well?
that
Now.
now it's become like
There's
it's
no
become
excitement
men's bucket
anymore.
lists.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no, you can't say that. No, it's very nice. I'm not going to complain. It's got its benefits.
got its
okay,
perks.
should I put it out there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Go on.
I'll put it out there. Young men, they're low maintenance, high return.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Yeah.
Hey, maybe I
There
should
you go.
invest
Low
in these
maintenance, high
young men.
return.
But for me, that'd be like risky.
And don't have to worry about relationships. You don't have to look
Right.
after them. It's really good.
That's
Yeah.
a tip for all the hot
There you
mums
go.
watching this.
Did you,
Yeah.
hot mum tip number one, do you hide it quite well? Or is it like these young blokes in their 20s getting off the couch in the morning and going to
sorry.
Dom, g'day champ, have fun at
Well,
school mate, see you later.
The kids have been trained. They were... Because there were a few
stay in
times
their
it wasn't
fucking
very
rooms.
good. No. If
It's
they
mummy's
weren't
play weekend.
No,
Don't
play
come out.
weekend. No. I kept it quite separate.
Oh, good.
But there will
Yeah.
be times sometimes when they had to pick up something from my place, and their dad would bring them back to my house, or
Yeah.
they'd come in, assume that they could come in. And
Yeah,
yes,
right.
there have been times where. There have been people who've had to get out of the bed and hide around the corner
Oh, my goodness.
and not believe that they were in that situation.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so the kids have been trained to, you must always, when it's mum's playtime, you have to always ring in advance.
Tread lightly, yeah.
please. Yes, you do. And that's probably why
Amazing.
my son has realizes that there is that sort of
Right.
situation.
Right. Well,
Yeah, so he's been
I'm
trained.
glad that's
The kids
been
are
cleared
trained
up. Yeah.
to always ring because you just never know.
Yeah, I can see why he offered you for our podcast now.
Yeah, you get that.
That was
rather
some-
than just being like, yeah,
That was some
mum's
great
a-
chat, Loretta.
Oh, gee,
Straight
thank
out of
you.
the bat. Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I told
Cats
you I
out of the
didn't need
bag.
any wine.
Would you like some? I
No,
could pour
thank
you.
you.
A glass.
No, that's
Sure.
fine. But the thing about it is, I need to give you the balance. Is
Yeah.
because when I'm mum, I'm 100% mum.
You're
you
right,
know,
and I've seen
I
that.
focus on that part of my life. But when I'm not,
You're not.
Yeah, I'm 100%.
Fair enough.
Let your hair down and have fun.
And Dom's got
Life
his head
is
screwed
short.
on.
You need to live
right.
it.
Hot mum tip number 2. Life is short.
Life is
Live
short.
at large.
And the purpose of life is to experience
Yeah.
as many things as you can, really.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
I feel like this Cougie situation is actually a lot less rare than we think it is. You know what I mean?
I think so too.
Yeah.
I've been groped by elderly
Oh,
ladies at
no.
nightclubs.
Groped.
No, but that's
I've been
not
groomed by older ladies.
Well, I got a little took
but that was creepy.
Oh, really? What do you mean?
I've been groomed at my workplace by like a grandma.
What did she say? Like,
She like left me a card and was like, come over later, and like left her address and phone number. She's
Good
like
on her.
60-year-old woman.
was she alright?
No. Well, I mean, apparently for her age, another older lady that I worked with reckons she was quite fine for her age. But this
Okay.
is an old woman.
No, you don't go into that. I don't go into that zone unless
No.
you want to be in that zone.
No.
It's just like I suppose like any sorts of relationships,
Yeah.
and is you need to sense the boundaries and the energy, whether that person is
Yeah.
attracted to you
Yeah.
or not. It's that's the way it.
Yeah.
There's
you know,
nothing wrong
you would
with
have it. I wouldn't put.
where you live on a card and give it to a younger man.
No, I actually have some.
Oh my goodness.
No, yeah, I do.
So you're pretty
My
forward.
bag's not here. Well, no, see, I found that
do you have
women
business
do
cards?
have to be.
Yeah.
I did find that, and because perhaps people don't ask you. I don't know. Anyway, if you want something,
Yeah.
you don't get if you don't ask. There's another
Especially
tip
with
as well.
younger guys are probably quite timid and
Absolutely.
especially in that scenario, that situation.
And in that, what would happen is usually I would just be, you'd meet people, and you
Yeah.
know, it's the same dynamic, the eye contact, the whatever.
Yeah.
If there's the eye contact, and definitely you follow that up. And you know, it's like if you can be physically connected to somebody or attracted to somebody, but after talking to them for about 5 minutes, there is no mind connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because you're like thinking, nah.
Yeah.
And you know, so that. I wouldn't. So usually that it would just be the old-fashioned way. I would call it, not
Right.
via Tinder or anything
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
That sort of eye contact and talking
Yeah.
a little bit, and then I do have a card, has my phone number on it, and I
Amazing.
have been known to, when I was leaving, to slide it in there. No, there's a style
Okay.
to slide it into their back pocket and
Oh,
say,
no
call
way.
me.
That's a cool
And
move.
then
That's a
leave.
very cool move.
Thank you.
I wish
it
girls
has
would be more
worked.
forward
I
with
know.
me.
Absolutely.
I feel like all the pressure.
Maybe
is on
your
us.
demographic is incorrect, Skinner. Change your demographic, change your game.
Where do I need to hang out?
No, and again, I
Mustang.
wouldn't. I've only ever done that with somebody that you've had that connection
Yeah,
with,
yeah,
not
you can
somebody
read it.
that you know.
You're not just dropping cards in everyone's pocket.
Because
At
that's
a
a bit
barista's,
sleazy and scary, and that's no matter. You know,
Yeah.
no matter the situation, it's not necessarily the younger man, older woman
Yeah.
situation across all sort of scenarios. I reckon that's a bit
It's a bit
creepy.
wrong.
Yeah.
It's a bit creepy.
Fair enough.
You're a school teacher as well.
Oh God, yes I am, and that's a scary thing too. You got to have discretion and be discreet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In schools.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there are definitely boundaries not to be crossed.
Of course.
Very clear boundaries, although there are teachers who have crossed those boundaries, which I think
Right.
is really quite astonishing.
I've heard of the same at our school, right? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I have. But that was just whispers, you know? Like how
Yeah,
much
because
credence
there was
can you give to that?
a school teacher, phys ed teacher, that suddenly disappeared from the school, and then the rumor was that she was fired because she slept with a
Student.
student.
That happens.
It happens.
Oh yeah, I know somebody I worked with that happened up
There you
in Port Hedland.
Oh my God.
They're totally crazy.
These are like 17-year-old boys, like, right?
It's
girls. Oh, wait.
It's tricky because I've got to say, when I first started teaching, I was
Yeah.
23, 24. And, of course, the year 12s, when I first started teaching senior school in the country, oh, my God, the year 11s and 12 boys, they're big men, you know. And it's like,
Not like me and Skinner.
Wow.
Sheep shearers.
Oh, no. And
Good eye,
it's
miss.
It's
Growing up flipping
It is so
hay
nice.
bales and shit like that.
But it is sort of nice, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, these and you really the age gap isn't a lot.
No.
Yeah.
But at that time, when you're the teacher, it's a power thing now.
Yeah.
It's not the age thing. It's
sure.
power in terms of you've got power over
Yeah.
that
Sure.
person, and so it's definitely a no-go zone. But in reality, like if you fast forward a few years afterwards. The age gap's only 5 years.
Yeah.
That's not.
Well, we've
that's not a big
partied.
gap.
You remember
then.
when we partied with what was his name? He was a PE teacher, and then
Yeah,
he
I know
wasn't
the one.
anymore. And then we saw him at a party. And we're like, "Hey man, how's it going?" Yada yada
Yeah.
yada yada.
It's just like even seeing another phys ed teacher out when like a couple of years ago when we were like in our 20s already.
Yeah.
And he's in his 40s probably.
Yeah.
And it's just weird to see
Well, yeah.
once you're out of school,
But teachers-
everything changes.
like-
the relationship, the power dynamic, all that. is
Teachers
just
are still
flipped.
humans. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They
They party.
aren't aliens that we thought they were.
Yeah.
You know?
But they're not the robots who are just
Yeah.
like, do your homework. They go home and get loose as well. Sorry.
But still, there's a distinction. They're also adults,
Yeah.
and in
Yeah.
that sort of situation, I'm 23, they're 17, and you're still the adult in that
Yeah.
situation, and so you have to behave as the adult.
So there's no
And
excuse
so
for it.
yeah, I think it's a no-go zone.
Yeah,
There
for
are
sure.
places you
Oh,
go,
I do
and yeah, so it's completely a power thing and taking advantage. And I also question the sexual sophistication of the teacher.
Yeah.
Because if you're what is going on there? First off, if you're really into it and it's the love of your life, you can wait. But you know what I mean? It's like, but at the same time, if you're really more sexually evolved, then you really wouldn't be wanting to be in a situation where it just becomes a power and taking advantage of somebody
Yeah,
who's more
absolutely.
vulnerable
Absolutely.
than you. And I just think it's completely wrong.
Yeah.
Not
I
right.
think so too. Well, I'm glad to hear that. You're going to keep your
Yes.
job after this.
Oh, good, that's
after
right. I just wanted to
goes
make
to
it
the world.
clear for everyone, for the department.
I don't think it's going to go that far.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I think we only
No.
got like 50 views on our last video, so that's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, look, this is sweet. This is sweet. And remember, I was young. I was in 23, 24, and I can remember with some of the students that, like, if I got too close, if I was talking to them about their
Yeah.
work, it was like maybe some of they start hyperventulating, and I'd sort of realise that because I was thinking about the art, but I'm realising that no, okay, that's not a go zone. I
Yeah.
have to step back and stuff. So there is that aspect of it that you. In the country school, the year 12 boys had this Playboy group that the club
group.
that and they had a few of the hot teachers on that.
Oh, no.
They put a few of the hot teachers onto that sort of
Map.
group thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Oh, goodness.
And yes, that happens. I think if you've got a few hot teachers,
do you find, like-
some of the boys, and you may be aware of it, that they might be sweet on you.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
find like every new school that you teach at, the art class kind of just explodes? And it's like
Everyone wants to do art.
yeah, suddenly TE art's like the most demanded subject.
No, because it's quite hard, difficult subject, quite challenging subject. Well, actually, I haven't worked in high schools for a very long. I worked in senior campuses, and I worked for the School of Isolated and Distance Education.
Okay.
So I actually haven't been in schools
Okay.
for a long time, high schools for a long
Yeah.
time, and I'm in a senior campus now.
Okay.
And so we've mostly got young adults as well,
Right.
so it's not such
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good for me. So yeah, they're only there. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I've never been in the school for that long
Yeah.
for maybe to have that sort of effect. Yeah.
the
I
Loretta
doubt
effect.
that would actually happen, but in any case, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
that's a bit of a stretch, isn't it?
Yeah.
For people to pick up a subject.
Oh yeah, you'd have to.
There's
be
still
really
lunch
keen.
and recess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teacher's go on duty.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
And you mentioned
Interesting.
earlier you were a big football fan.
Oh, what?
That you like going to the footy and sitting in the
I've only
corporate box.
ever
Oh,
been,
yeah.
I've only ever been to the football once.
You mentioned you were going to say this once and once only.
I think I said it before.
Did you?
Indeed. It was just because I'd never been to the
Playing dumb.
football, and ever.
Yeah.
I'm of Italian origin. I've been to so many soccer matches my entire life since I was growing up because my brothers played soccer. But I've
Italian.
never, yeah.
Yeah.
Davvero. So,
See.
Azzurri, or the Blues, Italy, right?
Yeah.
Buongiorno.
Yeah, so lasagna. Oh dear, it's getting worse.
Let
It's
her finish.
deteriorating here now.
Sorry.
Too many wines, Ross.
Yeah.
Let Loretta continue.
So I've only ever been once, and I was invited to go, and I figured that I was waiting for the invitation to be in a corporate box, which came. I think
You wouldn't set up for
about
anything
10 years
less.
ago. Oh, I didn't think so. No, not really. Which was very civilized, I've got to say. It was very, very nice.
It'll be nice in a
And-
corporate box.
Oh God, it was lovely.
They
There was
serve full-
champagne. There was really good food.
Oh my God.
But it was the first time I'd actually watched the football, and because what the Australian rules. I mean, this is common knowledge, I think. The Australian rules football players wear quite different to the soccer players or the World Games football.
The guns are on show.
Aussie rule. Yeah, they've got the tight fitting tops.
Yeah.
They get their shoulders out. They've got their tight shorts.
And that's not just an
that.
aesthetic thing either.
No.
It's a very practical
It's
thing because
functional.
the less
Yes,
you
it's
can grab
hot.
onto as well in a tackle, the
Yeah.
Oh,
better.
is that so?
Yeah, 'cause
oh,
if you
I
can
didn't
grab
realise
a
it's
shape-
They
practical.
they even grease themselves up so they're slippery and you can't tackle.
You can't
See, I
grab them.
didn't
So
know
they
this is all
shine. The muscles are
practical.
shining, etc.
And it also doesn't hurt with the ladies. You know what I mean?
Oh, there you go.
Absolutely
So
doesn't
it's the
hurt.
function following the form.
Absolutely.
Ooh, is that
and you're
is that an
right.
art concept?
Absolutely. Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Ooh, I like that.
And so so it was very easy on the eye. I've got to
Yeah.
say all those and the testosterone stuff happening and the whole
Yeah.
and I think that's what watching sport can. Well, it made sense to me why
Yeah.
women would want to watch
Sure.
Aussie rules.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is nice. They're all very young and fit, and what's not to like?
What do you
That's
think would
all.
happen to me if I said the exact same thing about the women's AFL?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a sad thing, isn't it? Because we're in a very a transitional place in
Yeah.
terms of political correctness, and
Absolutely. That's a fantastic way to put it.
I've been thinking about it a lot, really, on
I had
account
to.
of the fact that I'm a teacher, maybe, and
Yeah.
you know, as a visual arts teacher, it's these concepts are some of the things that you deal with,
Sure.
or I could say tackle.
Oh, hey.
In when you're teaching, when you're looking at artworks that can be confronting, challenging, but yes, it is because there is there is a separation between maybe appreciating being human. And being human is being
Being
sexual.
a sexual being,
Yeah.
Exactly, and appreciating without being
crossing any lines. Or,
Objectifying and
yeah, exact. Well,
Prying.
which is a natural thing, without being lecherous and without crossing boundaries.
Yeah.
Because you don't. You can look and admire
it's an
But you can't be
innate,
lewd.
and appreciate.
You can't be lewd. You
it's an
can't be
innate
like,
part of
Well,
the
you don't have
human
to do
being,
anything.
right?
yeah.
Well, you don't have to do anything about it. You can just look and admire.
Yeah.
You know, without being lecherous.
Yeah.
And you don't have to make an approach or cross that. It's like crossing that line.
Yeah.
Where you know that, but we can all appreciate. Youth is beautiful. Young people are beautiful, and I
Yeah.
noticed that as a teacher too. Not so much when I was a young teacher, but now as an older teacher, I love the energy of young people is wonderful, but also you don't realize just how beautiful they are. Most young people think they're all self-conscious. I had students yesterday, they don't want to do self-portraits because they're quite self-conscious about what they look like. And I sort of said, it's so interesting. Like, I went through that as well. When you're young, teenagers don't realize how beautiful they are.
Yeah, that's the best
beautiful.
part of their aesthetic, right? Is in those years, and
We've
then
lost it, Skinner.
everything just gets worse.
It's all downhill from here now, mate.
No, you peak when you're 28.
I was going to say
Really?
27. Okay,
No,
28.
it's 28. It's
fantastic.
It's the 7-year cycle, 7, 14,
Yeah.
21, 28.
Okay, so I got to turn it on for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Physical peak as well as intellectual peak, I think. This
Shit.
is part of it.
I got to go back to school.
How old are you? Enough?
I think I'm a Taoist.
Yeah. So I find that out of a
No
lot of
longer a Jew,
philosophies.
I'm a Taoist.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's
Last
interesting.
episode, he was a Jew.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that so?
Should I pick a new
Why?
sort of like
Philosophy,
belief system
religion,
each time?
I think so.
What?
Why not?
I was just making lots of Jewish jokes. I just thought it was
Okay.
funny. I don't know.
They're
And-
funny. They're funny people, the Jews.
And
Yeah.
apparently, he's allowed to do that because he is Jewish.
Oh, is that so?
No, I'm not. I was just fucking with Skinner as well. My friend of how many years, and I actually convinced him that I was Jewish.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there not Jewish
Oh my
Macedonians?
No, they're Polish. Polish people with the Jews. Well, there might be Jewish Macedonians. I don't know. They're usually Orthodox.
No, the Macedonians. No, I
feel
don't
betrayed.
know. I don't really know. I know. I don't have any.
I was going to see how long I
It's
could
all
keep it
coming
going
out.
as well. Like I do.
You're very convincing.
I do actually have a kippah, and I was going to start wearing it around
Well,
you.
how long did I not believe
no.
you for? Took you a long time to sway me into being like, are you really? Okay.
It was like an hour of conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were going to ask me to get my pecker out at one point just to see
Oh no! This is getting. Oh my god! Yes. Okay.
just to see if I was circumcised or not.
We didn't think of that. That would be
You
a
want?
good
Yeah,
test.
you didn't ask for evidence.
Yeah,
No.
that would have been the quickest. That's what the
Yeah,
Nazis
you needed
did,
it.
mate.
Oh.
You're dumber than a...
Well, I didn't want to offend him. I was being sensitive.
Yeah.
To his,
Yes, cultural
So
sensitivity.
yeah, I think I'm a
Love
Taoist
it.
now.
Yeah, Taoism's pretty cool.
It is.
But you've got to. It's similar to Buddhism in the sense that the original sense of Buddhism is actually a philosophy.
Yeah, not a religion.
But human people have, they've turned it into dogma, and there are places where it's
Right.
quite religious,
Yeah.
like stuff that's happening in Myanmar at the moment.
Well,
I mean, that's a Buddhist country, but
genocide,
it's doing
eh?
pretty scary stuff, and that's where it's really
that's my genocide
religious.
for me.
Yeah, in the same way in China, there is the philosophy, but then in places it's been practiced like a religion,
Is
and
that
it can
of
be.
Daoism?
Yeah, Daoist religion, and it
Okay.
becomes then dogmatic, and you've got rituals and stuff like that.
out.
I think the philosophy is fascinating.
Yeah.
I think that they're onto something there.
Yeah, I'll have to look into it. It sounds
Yeah.
very interesting. Daoism.
Taoism.
Yeah.
There you go, guys.
There you go.
Well, I got to say, I think it's been an absolute pleasure having Loretta on today. Incredibly intelligent.
Yes, yes.
Incredibly
yes.
funny.
Fascinating
Thank
views.
you.
Fascinating views. But this sounds like you're...
Oh, I just wonder how long we've been on for.
Oh, I think we can go for another
Yeah, we'll go
5
for another
minutes.
5, 10.
If Loretta's up for it.
I'm up for it. Yes,
Because
milk
nothing-
a little bit more out of the.
It's not one of your play weekends. We're not interrupting your time.
Yeah, it is play weekend.
Oh,
That's why
hot
she's
take.
But it's
here,
okay.
Ross.
Oh,
but
sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
With
it's
two
okay.
young
That's
men
right.
on a podcast.
I was about to gird my loins, about to protect myself.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm sorted, so it's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
I'm sorted this weekend. I'm sorted.
Excellent.
You boys are safe. Okay.
For this weekend.
Okay.
Well, because you are our guest, is there anything you'd like to
Ask us.
discuss or ask us in the next 5 minutes before we wrap it up?
I don't know. I'm interested in the podcast idea, and
Do you want to start your own?
I
Weekend
don't
with
think I'm
Loretta.
not. Oh, no, I don't
Such
think
a
I'm
good
ready for
title.
that. I'm not ready for that.
Oh.
But it is fascinating. I do find it fascinating because I get
yeah.
I'm a bit of a.
You're a talker.
have-
and that's cool. That's what we
indeed.
need.
Yeah, yeah, that's why
Indeed.
you're on here.
Indeed, yeah. And
Playtime with
so
Loretta.
yeah.
I like that a lot.
Oh no.
I like that a lot.
Oh dear. This
Maybe
is the
we can
reason
have
I'm not
a-
on Facebook. You realise that.
Ah,
You must realise that.
Yeah.
I'm not a place to be. Definitely not. And at the very beginning, like 10 years ago, I knew I had real reasons that I wasn't going to be
Yeah.
on Facebook. Because bearing in mind I am a teacher.
Yes.
So there are places, it's very,
Yeah.
but now
Ethics.
the way that Facebook's become, I think a lot of young people now don't want to be on Facebook either,
Yeah.
you know.
It's become
that way.
It's changed.
Become
Yeah.
hip and cool not to be on Facebook.
People do Twitter now and other
Yeah.
things.
I think like if people try not to be on Facebook, it's always half-assed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
know?
Okay.
You know, they will delete all their friends, but then still go on it occasionally.
Yeah.
Or just be on it for events and updates, because it's really like the
You need it. You really do need Facebook.
It's really the like
Fucking
concrete
Zuckerberg.
how to call it, like the centering piece of our social lives is
Yeah.
Facebook, where you don't know about events unless you're on it.
Yeah, it's true.
People don't text anymore; they message on Facebook.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
so it is quite important and integral in our demographic.
So you were talking about podcasts. You were fascinated by podcasts. Me and Skinner just did this for the sake of doing this. We thought it'd be cool. We thought we were two guys who could hold a conversation, have a conversation, and be sort of funny around a conversation.
We thought there was room for it as well.
Yeah.
No one's really doing anything like this in Perth in our friendship circles and extended friendship circles.
Yeah.
My sister's looking to do one, but we got there first. Sucked in. But other than that, there's quite a gaping hole for podcasts in our demographic, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's the theme of the podcast, though? So you basically talk about random sort of subject matter, or have you got,
the guest sort of leads the podcast.
Like you have done today, perfectly,
okay.
might I add.
you find you look for interesting people.
That's right, yeah.
And interesting, anything that it's random.
It is
It's
random.
nice, but that's good.
But
Because spontaneity is a good thing.
definitely, yeah, that's the goal. The main objective of this podcast is to be interesting in spontaneity, I think. Like
And then also topical, things that you
Yeah.
think that people will be interested in.
Yeah,
as well.
and that's why I like the thread from the first episode to this one now. It's
I
kind
get-
of linked up.
This makes sense, yes.
So hopefully we can keep doing that, have it
Yeah.
roll naturally and evolve that way.
I see what you're saying. So maybe something that's come up from today's
Yeah.
podcast,
Yeah.
you might focus as a subject for.
Yeah. To keep
Like-
tying
to
it
investigate.
back.
Like crazy stories.
Yeah. Oh, you're trying to link up with the next guest. Yeah, crazy
But
stories.
I'm stretching.
Okay.
But I was going to say something. Oh, yeah, it is a comedy podcast.
Oh.
So we try to keep it funny.
Okay.
And we edit
Not too
it
deep
and-
and meaningful.
No, we try to keep it like we dip the surface a little bit.
Okay.
But when we try, I think in the first episode we tried to go a little too deep. And the
yes.
feedback I got was like, I
needs to
liked
be
it,
funnier.
it was funny, but like when you got into the DM stuff, like cut that
when
shit.
yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
So that's fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
our
either
friends.
of you comedians?
No.
No. So you need to build up your comedy skills a little bit, I suppose.
And I think that
and
on this podcast,
be
we-
mindful of that. Yeah.
That's where we will build them up. Yeah. It's kind of funny because when you switch the camera on and stuff, it's like you activate that muscle in your brain,
Okay.
that comedy muscle.
Is that so?
I find so because
Okay.
like I'm not this like reaching for something funny or jokes in real life. I mean, I think I am kind of like that. Would you say? I think you are too.
Yeah.
That's why you were my first option when I was like, I need a co-host, Ross.
Number one.
But like,
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. That's what I think. If it comes right.
But when you switch it on, it's like that muscle. You can. I think you can work the muscle. I do think there's a bit of innateness in being humorous, being funny. I don't think everyone
It's
can.
intelligent.
Yeah.
It's a high form of intelligence.
I think so.
To have humour. Absolutely. It's quite sophisticated.
It's people coping with being unattractive. It's an adaptation. It's an adaptation. I went like this, like us.
Yeah, not nice. Us. You. Oh, yeah. Okay, Jesus. I mean,
Getting
how more
roasted.
pedantic can you be? Look at that.
Absolutely.
It's like messing with my head. No.
Talk
You know,
about
I'm a
Oedipus
recovering Catholic, so
What
it's
is it?
not good for me, you know?
Talk about Oedipus complex.
Yeah,
You've got a
that's
Jesus
right.
complex.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
No, see, I'm a recovering Catholic, you know?
Recovering. I like the choice of word. Recovering Catholic.
Oh, it is.
What's the
We're
guiltiest
always
you've ever felt?
continually recovering.
So are you
I
an
can't
atheist
tell
now?
you
Or a
because it's too
deist?
awful.
You were that guilty.
Just bad crossing lines. You know, there's lines we're talking about crossing. Oh, terrible.
So, what, the sins were unredeemable?
Yeah, ruined friendships, relationships. It was bad.
Because of the religion?
Because if she was
Not
a
of
sinner.
the religion. No, of the religion.
What sinning?
Things that I've done that have been bad.
You think God won't let you back?
I don't
into his
believe in
circles?
God. I'm an
She's a
atheist.
Taoist.
Oh my God, I'm going to be struck down. I'm an atheist. Clearly, I'm
I
an
am too.
atheist.
I'm an atheist
and if
as
anything,
well. This is ironic.
yeah, of course I'm an
I would
atheist.
never wear this if I was like,
Bullshit.
Clearly,
what? I mean,
he's being ironic
it's irony, guys.
as well.
The highest form of
It's
humor.
pedantic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Catholicism.
Yeah, is it? Religion's not funny, really. It's
No.
not really a laughing matter
No.
at all.
I think atheism is coming up in the world. It's getting more popular day in, day out with science.
I don't. Yeah, I'd be surprised. I wish it.
She's not convinced. She's not convinced.
That's going to
No,
be
because there are more people becoming like you'd think.
that's going to be so
there
funny
are
to edit.
so many. There are people who just. There are religious people everywhere.
I mean, America's
Nuts.
pretty
There
messed
are,
up.
yeah, what about the Middle East and the stuff coming
Yeah.
out of there? That's
my goodness.
frightening. You know,
Beheading dudes.
that's not funny. That's awful stuff. I thought by now we would have gone past that,
Absolutely
but we haven't. So it's not funny at all.
What I
it's
find
really
funny
frightening.
is like people look at Scientology and like pretty much the whole world
Is
on
like-
average is like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can draw all these parallels to just
Absolutely.
like Abrahamic religions.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Like you think that's ridiculous? Like
Yeah.
what about this?
Yeah.
5 days, the whole world, the universe.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, this is not so cool because we're preaching to the converted.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like we've got three. Well, we used to have a Jew. So yeah, but he's maybe still evolving. You know,
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the Jews then eventually they become. Is it like become Buddhists? Not Buddhists. Become Muslims.
I don't
Actually,
know.
what Cat Stevens did that.
Yeah.
He
Oh, that's
sort of
right.
did that,
Islam,
and
yeah.
you
What's
know,
his name
and
now?
isn't it? And
Yusuf
even
Islam.
Muhammad Ali as well. You know, it's a bit
That's
scary.
right.
You know, so but
I feel like Muhammad Ali was more the rejection of white culture in Black America. You know what I mean? He didn't like the name Cassius Clay because technically that was Clay was his slave owner's name. Just like all black people in America who've grown up in
Yeah.
America, their last name was the name of their owner. Like all the Johnsons, all the Jordans, all that was all slave name. So that's why he didn't like that. That's why he converted to like Malcolm X. He became Malcolm X to reject his last name.
Okay, I didn't realise that was the reason. Because I think that, like with Cat Stevens, I mean, he was a Jew originally, but I think that
You don't have to point at me.
but to make the point really is that I think that there is. Because, you know, here we're getting into trouble here now. It's like,
There's always editing. So you let it
is
fly.
that basically if you know the Old Testament, then you know the New Testament. Because I went to a Catholic school, and
So
so
you were
I know the Old Testament and
fire
I
and
know the New
brimstone, yeah, yeah.
Testament. And the Old Testament is Jesus was the Messiah for the Jews, but the Jews don't recognise Jesus as the Messiah. So
Fucking bad Jews.
the Christians who recognise Jesus as the Messiah for the Jews.
Yeah.
Okay, so said they became Christians. The Jews are still waiting for the Messiah. Okay, they're still waiting for him
He's
to
right
turn
here.
up and save him. and then I think, you know, the Middle East they decided that they felt like they were missing out on this religion, and if you look at the Quran, it's full of it's like a smorgasbord of the bits they liked from the Old Testament, the bits they liked from the New Testament, and it's like they put it all together. So I'm thinking that, you know, it doesn't, and it's a bit more it's actually quite, I think there are aspects of it that are suppressive.
So why
But
did
that's
Ca-
what-
why did
but
Ca- why
there
did
are
Cat
aspects
Stevens
that
convert?
that are a bit more evolved.
But that's what
anyway.
religion is these days, cherry picking, right?
Yeah, maybe that's
I think
maybe that's
modern,
what everybody
modern religion
does.
is just cherry picking from
Probably, yeah.
But doesn't
bits and
everybody do
pieces
that
of-
about everything though? Maybe we cherry pick everything.
I think so, but when you're in a dogmatic religion and then you're saying that you identify with it and then you cherry pick, right, that's where
Yeah.
if you're an atheist and you're not abiding by anything, you're allowed to take inspiration and influence from everywhere.
Yeah.
But when you're saying I'm this and you put a title above it,
But also when you're atheist, you can also be like the new atheists are quite. I mean, I really don't like religion.
No, neither.
I will tolerate it, and I respect people's right to have a religion, but as I see that it keeps people. Well, Marx said, religion is the opiate of the masses, and I think he's onto that.
Definitely,
and now I think that it hasn't. I think it still is. Religion comforts people. The idea of heaven comforts people.
Of course.
And it stops
Death
them
is
from
scary.
doing stuff that's like, if they don't like what's in their world, actually acting and changing the world. So I think religion's a dangerous thing.
I completely agree.
See, I told you, religion isn't funny at all. At all. And atheists.
So it's a perfect topic for a comedy podcast.
Yeah,
indeed.
absolutely.
Beautiful. Religion isn't funny. Yeah. That's a good way maybe to end up. Yeah.
I think so. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
That was very fun and
great.
informative.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And enjoy the rest of your play weekend, I guess.
No, it's actually I have to work because I'm a teacher. It's the beginning of the year, so I'm working hard. I will fit in some play.
Yeah, there's always time.
Have to have balance.
You got to balance yourself.
Yin and yang.
Yeah.
Yin and yang. That's exactly right.
Fantastic.
Great.
Thanks
Thanks
so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.